Please welcome EVP and GM Marketing Cloud, Salesforce, Steve Hammond.
Thank you so very much, and welcome to Dreamforce. As we said, it's a great place to be. This is actually my first Dreamforce ever. Is there anybody else out there who this is your first Dreamforce? Oh, quite a group. All right, which means that we're all in this together. But we also know that there are a great group of people here who are many timers. So MVPs over here. All right, and everybody else who's been here many times, let's give it up for this Dreamforce event. All right, well, thank you so much. We have some incredible innovations we're excited to share with you today. Our teams have been working hard to build new products that we're going to showcase. So you've got some great stuff to see today, demos, new innovations, some customer stories. It's going to be a lot of fun. And as we go through this today, I also want to take a second to say thank you to all of you, because we couldn't be here today without you. Our products wouldn't be as amazing as they are today without you. You go out there and you implement them, you use them, you push the envelope, you give us feedback, and all of that helps us deliver the best products. So thank you for that, and thank you for taking the time to be here as well today. We're going to make this the best session we can today for you. Now, we've all been going through a lot of change over the last year. In fact, I joined Salesforce 9 months ago. It's almost to the day. I'm really excited to be here. And in that time, we've seen incredible momentum happening in the marketplace. And a lot of this is being driven by AI. And recently, I heard a podcast on Freakonomics, and it was talking about the prompt engineer role. I'm curious, is there anybody in this room who is a prompt engineer? I'm not seeing any hands. Oh, one over here, awesome. That role didn't exist how long ago? A year ago? 6 months ago? It's a new role. And the thing is, in many ways, we all have to figure out how to be prompt engineers to work with AI effectively. I'd like you to look at the top quote here from the Wall Street Journal. And it says ChatGPT, but this applies to all LLMs, can give you great answers, but only if you know how to ask the right question. And this is absolutely true. We have to understand, how do we work with these systems? How do we do it effectively? At the same time, we're all looking for ways to be more strategic as marketers using AI. And we have to think about, how do we use AI effectively in our companies? You're all trailblazers. We have to have strategies to help our companies really use these technologies effectively. And that's why we're here as your partner. We're excited to share with you today innovations across Marketing Cloud that will help you apply AI in meaningful ways, in trusted, safe ways as well. When we look at marketing, there are really a lot of different ways that we've been using AI in the past. This isn't new. We've had AI now for over 10 years in Marketing Cloud products. And this has really taken the form of propensity modeling, lookalike modeling, different forms of scoring. And all these different ways of using AI have helped us to be able to advance how we do automation and reach people in a more personalized way. But it can still be challenging. And time is our most valuable asset. It's the thing that we don't get back in our lives. And we have to use our time in the most efficient ways we can, both personally and with our teams. So when we look at the processes that we work with today, they're fairly manual and time-intensive, including doing analysis of our audiences, going through and building out advanced segments for our audiences as well. And the third one on this list, I think, is one of the most costly things. It's creating personalized content for our campaigns and for our audiences. Think about how expensive it is to take your campaigns and say, I want to create audience segments and create individual content for each of them. That takes a lot of money, sometimes tens of thousands of dollars, to build out and shoot different photographs and build out new campaign content. And we're excited to share with you a lot of new ways that you can use our innovative technologies to be able to interface with and use new AI to generate new content on the fly. So that's what we look at on the right side of the screen here. You can see that what AI is allowing us to do now is amplify and really accelerate and create efficiencies in our products, create efficiencies in our marketing. And that's what this is all about. So we're excited about what we're doing here to share with you today some of these innovations that we really believe will help you to be able to improve your efficiencies, save money, and to be able to really drive more effective, personalized campaigns for your businesses. At the heart of all this, I hope you had a chance to attend the keynote yesterday with Mark, is the customer. It's you to us, and it's your customer to you. It's the trust that you have and that you maintain with your brand. And that trust is also centered to AI as well. So everything that we're building keeps you at the heart of AI, allows you to have the human-in-the-loop interaction with how AI works. Salesforce helps to drive the innovation to the cloud. And we're also here to help you drive your innovation to using AI effectively within your businesses. Now, when we look at the innovation we have across Marketing Cloud, you're going to see some great things today. But I want to talk about 3 main areas that we're going to go through. The first is data. Data is absolutely key to understanding our customers and using it effectively to drive best-class decisions about how we create these engaging moments for our customers. I actually like to call data a fuel. When you think about data for your business, it absolutely is a fuel, and it can and should be a fuel. It fuels your understanding of your marketing intelligence, what's happening in your campaigns. It fuels your ability to be able to react to and create engaging experiences on the fly for your customer. And it also fuels your ability to be able to create loyalty programs for your customer that last and create that enduring relationship with them as well. This data helps us to apply that in a personalized way. And AI has an active role here. It allows us to be able to take these incredible tools and allow us to be able to scale out what our teams can do to reach people in a more engaging and personalized way. And at the same time, we're building all these technologies in a way that they can work across an ecosystem. Salesforce cannot do this alone. We have never done it alone. When you look at how we've built this business, it's based on an ecosystem. Partners, you, the companies you work with, how we bring it all together, it's all important. And when we look at this ecosystem, that is a critical part of our strategy for Marketing Cloud as well. Now let's take a second and talk about how we apply AI in marketing, because this is absolutely critical. The data that we use for AI is critical both on what we put into the system, but also on how we interact with the system. If we don't have a good means of training the models or interacting with the system, we're not going to get great results back out again. And I'd love to share an example with you, probably one that I think you can all relate to. Who in here likes donuts? All right. Donuts are great. They're not necessarily great for the waistline, but they're great to eat. And we actually have a donut bar right after this session where you can join me over there. If you have questions, I'll be milling around and you can ask me anything. It's called the Ask Me Anything session. Well, we were thinking, how do we have a session that allows, or how do we invite you to that session in a way that is a little bit more personal and a little bit more meaningful? So we tried out a prompt on an LLM. We tried out a GPT prompt here. So this is a very simple prompt. You can see, write a catchy email promoting this Ask Me Anything session with the new GM of Marketing Cloud, Steve Hammond, blah, 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 donut bar, right? So what would you expect to get back from this? Nothing special is what I would say. After working with these systems, nothing special, because the problem is the AI system doesn't know exactly what I'm looking for. I'm giving it a very generic prompt here, so I can't really expect a very specific response back. In fact, the response we get back is a little bit punny. It includes things like, get ready for a whole lot of mouth-watering marketing at Dreamforce. Now, I don't know about you, but I would never send this out. And I don't think you would want to receive it either. None of you would show up to talk to me. So what can we do about this? Well, what we can do is we can provide context. We can add what is called grounding to this. And the great news is you have incredible data in your systems that can provide that context. Data about your customers, market segments, previously performing campaigns, what has worked well with email or web or mobile. All these things are signals and can be shared in a safe way to be able to get back a realistic and good response back. So look at this example here. Sam Smith. Sam has been a customer since 2017. Sam attended Dreamforce last year. And also, Sam is a customer of Data Cloud. Now, what we don't want to do is we don't want to share Sam's information out into these LLMs. But we can safely share segment information and other performing information. And we can keep our original prompt, but we can add to that. And the response we can get back can include things like joining us again, using Sam's name, valued customer, references to the products that Sam has, Data Cloud in this example. And this is just a simple example, but you can hopefully see the fact that if you don't do grounding, if you just use basic AI, these new forms of AI, you're not going to get great results back. But if you add context to it, you can add meaning and personalization. So how do we do that? Well, we do this by adding, if you look at the bottom left, it says prompt. We'll start there. So that prompt, we inject into your prompt. You can use a very natural language prompt, very simple, just like you're talking to the computer. But we can add into that prompt references to audience segments. We can add into it previously performing campaigns. We can add the context that makes it more meaningful. We keep it safe, though. We add masking to that. So we mask out personally identifiable information or sensitive information that you don't want to share. And then on top of that, this system goes through a secure gateway. This is our trusted layer for AI. So we have a policy of zero retention on the LLMs. Your information will not be added to other people's information. It won't help grow the knowledge of these systems based on your company's safe information. We keep that information safe. When we get the results back, we check for toxicity to make sure that you have something that keeps your brand safe and helps your customers to stay in a good place. And then we keep an audit trail as well. And the results of that are always better because you add this information. So you're going to see some of that today as we go through. You're going to see some great innovations. Now, I want to share something with you that we've never done before. We've never done something at Dreamforce that lets you look forward into our products. But we're going to do that today. In fact, we have a marketing labs table over here. And you can see some of our labs equipment here. Now, we don't use beakers and different things in our labs. But what I wanted to illustrate here is that we're giving you a forward-looking view into our products. You can't go out and buy what I'm about ready to show you in a few minutes, okay? But we want to give you the glimpse into what we're building from our labs, from our engineers. We've never done this before because we want you to see how we're thinking about how to apply AI and how to connect these systems in a way that gives you that knowledge to make everything contextual and really streamline things. And it's exciting. So please join me in welcoming Kelly Eliyahu, who's going to walk us through this. Kelly.
Thanks, Steve. I've got my lab coat on here and ready to rock. So here in Marketing Labs, I'm excited to give you all a taste of what could be possible in the future of Marketing Cloud and how AI can help redefine the limits of personalization at scale. Now, let's imagine I'm a marketer at Cumulus, which is a fictional consumer and commercial bank. In order to be as data-driven and efficient as possible, I have automated AI insights alert me when there are opportunities to improve my KPIs. But in order for those insights to reach me in real time, that interface needs to extend to where I'm already working, which in this case is Slack. So here in my marketing app within Slack, I see that my Einstein Copilot is recommending a cross-sell credit card opportunity to my university segment with the hope of increasing customer lifetime value. Now, this is a great insight because I know that the more products a customer has, the higher their loyalty. So I'm going to go ahead and act on this insight and ask Einstein to create a new campaign. Now, this starts with a data-driven campaign brief, which is exactly what Einstein has created here, using that AI insight we had over in Slack as a starting point for this prompt. And it's all fully interactive and editable. So I'm curious, how do I expand this campaign beyond just college students? Looks like Einstein is recommending a new target audience of parents of college students. This makes sense to me, so I'm going to go ahead and add this to the brief, which will automatically regenerate. Now, still within this brief, I can go over and click into the Preview tab, where I'll see segment insights like product affinity, propensity to apply, channel preferences, as well as get a sneak peek into the content that would be created for each persona. And remember, this is all based on the details in that brief and grounded in my trusted customer data in Data Cloud. All right, so this is looking good. I'm going to go ahead and create this content collection. Now, here within my content workspace, I'm seeing AI-curated images and content come to life. This is based on assets from my brand and creative teams, but also AI-generated images and copy. And there are variants for each of my different target personas: new college students, parents of college students, and new college grads. And these variants have been created for personalization, but also experimentation. So think ABN testing at scale. All right. Before I submit this for approval, I think I probably want to preview at least one of these collections. So I'm going to go ahead and click in. Here I can see the images, calls to action, subject lines, as well as messages. And I can deselect anything that I don't want to use, like this stadium image, for example. I can also see what these images and assets look like in an email, as an ad, on mobile, and so on. Once I'm happy with the content, I'll go ahead and press Save. Now, I want to take a moment to acknowledge how huge this is. Creating personalized content at a fraction of this scale used to be extremely time-consuming and expensive. But now, with the help of Einstein Copilot, I'm redefining the limits of personalization, and I'm doing so in minutes. All right, so let's imagine I reviewed all of this different content, ready to submit it to our very own Steve Hammond for approval. Let's use this automated workflow in Slack to do that. Steve, I'm
Yes.
on a bit of a tight timeline here. Could you take a look at those assets that I just sent you?
So you want me to automatically approve everything at one time?
I mean, it would be nice.
I will quickly do that, yes. Here we go. Looking through it and approve. There you go. We'll move forward quickly.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Steve. I appreciate it. OK, so let's fast forward. Steve has gone through and meticulously approved every single one of those assets. They've been used in the campaign, and it's now been in market for a couple weeks now. Working away in Slack, I'm receiving real-time campaign updates when experiments are complete. So clicking into these results here, I can see how different elements of this experiment are performing. So best performing subject lines, banner ads, and I can also see the impact of this campaign on my goals. So customer lifetime value here, which was that KPI that I was trying to increase with this campaign. And just like at the beginning of this demo, I'm continually receiving automated AI insights with new recommendations. So this one is recommending another cross-sell opportunity, but this time for auto loans to recent college grads. That sounds great. Definitely going to do it, but that's a demo for a different day. This is what personalization at scale looks like in Generation AI, all with the marketer in the loop at every step. Steve, back to you.
Let's give it up for Kelly. Thank you, Kelly. That was wonderful. And that was a glimpse into the future. So hopefully you like that. Those are some of the things that we're really thinking about pushing the product into. And these are things we're testing and learning from today. But we also have incredible technologies for you today. And these technologies we're going to see here in just a minute, they're going to give us a glimpse into how you can start to use these technologies in your own environments as soon as next month. So we're really excited about how these technologies are going to roll out. And to do this, I'd like to invite up here to join me Prasanna Vijaya-Kumar, who's going to help us show this next section. Prasanna, thank you.
Thanks, Steve. As a product leader with Marketing Cloud over the last 4.5 years, I could not be more excited about the direction we're headed in. And some of the newest innovations I have the privilege of sharing with you here today. Before getting further into our announcements in AI, let's talk about data, the foundation of AI. I am pleased to announce the launch of Segment Intelligence next month in Data Cloud. Why is that so exciting? Well, marketers told us that proving their impact on growth is their #1 priority. So what I'd like to show you today is how Segment Intelligence makes it easy for B2B and B2C marketers to optimize the performance of their segments. And to do that, I'd like to introduce my friend, Cassandra Salcedo, Senior Product Marketing Manager and Demo Extraordinaire. Cassandra, could you tell me what marketers used to have to do if they wanted to prove or improve the impact of their segments?
Sure. Well, before, it was expensive and time-consuming for marketers to bring together all of their different data. Not only was the setup extremely manual, but if marketers were building out their segments in Data Cloud, they'd have to be jumping around to different intelligence tools.
That does not sound ideal at all. But what about now?
Well, let me show you. Now, built right here in Data Cloud is segment intelligence. Look at this beautiful dashboard that comes pre-built out of the box. This gives marketers a complete view of their campaign performance and automatically connects their segment data, their engagement data, paid media, and revenue data. This gives marketers the insights that they need right where they're working.
You're right. That is a beautiful dashboard. Why don't we put it to work with an example? Say you're a marketer at Northern Trail Outfitters. They're a fictitious outdoor retail company. And you just ran your Fall Nature Lovers campaign. But you're surprised to see your return on ad spend is below target. We're going to see how segment intelligence can help our marketer figure out what's going on with the segments that were in this campaign. She's surprised to see the Affinity Fall Boots segment in the low performers. But thanks to the KPIs at her fingertips, she could not only see the composition of people that were in the segment, but then filtering by conversions and last purchase date, she can see that most of the people in this segment already bought boots in the last year. And they live in big cities like New York that aren't surrounded by a ton of nature. So chances are they're not using their boots every day. This is exactly the kind of insight she needs to course correct and effectively allocate her ad spend.
And one more cool thing to add. Back to that point about data being the foundation for AI, well, in the future, Einstein will be able to make these recommendations using predictive AI, and then with this button here, use generative AI to optimize their segments. All with the marketer in the loop, of course.
That's powerful. Segment creation with generative AI is already built into Data Cloud. We make it super easy for marketers to create a new segment, enhance an existing one with new attributes, or expand it with lookalikes, all through natural language. Which brings me to my next announcement. I am so excited to announce the launch of Marketing Cloud's first 3 generative AI capabilities next month. Segment creation, which we just talked about, email content creation for body and subject lines, and branded image generation through a new partnership with Typeface. So, something near and very dear to my heart as a former product manager for account engagement is that all these amazing generative AI capabilities will be available to account engagement customers in February. Now, in the first demo, we talked about the #1 priority for marketers, and that's proving their impact on growth. But what about the #1 challenge, creating content for personalization at scale? This is where AI can unlock efficiency across the entire campaign lifecycle. So you've seen demos of how Einstein can generate some email body copy or create a landing page. What we'd like to show you today is how we can do that and customize an image with our new partnership with Typeface. So Cassandra's already taken us here inside the email content builder, where inside a product recommendation block, we're going to customize an image. Cassandra, why don't we go ahead and select those Iowa boots? And what kind of background do you think we should put these things on?
Well, given Northern Trail Outfitters is an outdoors company, I'm thinking a nature background. But we're here at Dreamforce, so let's ask the audience. Dreamforce!
Audience?
What nature background should we place these boots on?
Okay, I hear a couple I heard someone yelled rocks. Good to go with the rocks. It's Dreamforce. Can you zhuzh it up a bit? We can't just do rocks.
Yeah, I agree. Let's add some mountains and waterfall in the background, and I love a good sunset, so let's make it sunset hour, and gotta make it highly detailed.
Pro tip to the audience, marketers and designers love it when you stand over their laptop and ask them to zhuzh something up. So what's happening here live behind the scenes is that generative AI is creating multiple images for us based off of that item. But they're all grounded in the Northern Trail Outfitters brand and content guidelines. You know, it's hard enough as it is to create that feeling of one-to-one personalization, but what happens when you get to millions and billions of people? So when you see something that, AI is here to help us, not replace us, right? And the marketer's in the loop at every step of the way. So if you see something you don't like, you can give it a thumbs down, and that's going to continuously improve the model. And when you do see something you like, you select it, save it into your email, and just like that, you have greater efficiency and personalization at scale. So we just showed you how generative AI makes it easy for marketers to create new content. But what about the engine powering the delivery of that content? Marketing Cloud Personalization, which has a ton of new capabilities that are generally available. Journey remapping and real-time customer event streams. Journey remapping listens for someone to take or not take an action, and then uses AI to put them into the journey that's the most relevant for them. And real-time customer event streams, I know it sounds a little intense, but it's just a new two-way connection between Marketing Cloud Personalization and CRM. It's giving sales reps, service agents, marketers, the information they need to do their jobs more effectively. I just use a lot of buzzwords right now, so why don't we see what this looks like in a demo. So Cassandra is going to take us to the contact page for Rachel Morse. She is a customer of the Northern Trail Outfitters. And it looks like she's got a case open. She needs some help selecting a pair of running shoes. Thanks to Marketing Cloud Personalization built right into the CRM, the service agents have the real-time insights they need to help her, like product affinities. They can see that she cares about things being breathable, lightweight, waterproof. And they can filter this by product or category interest level, but that's not all. They also have access to all of Rachel's recent browsing history, like the shoes she was just looking at, or any help articles she might have already seen. This is exactly the kind of information the service agents need to take the guesswork out of helping Rachel. They can close their cases faster and improve their CSAT scores. And that's a two-way benefit, right, Cassandra?
Yes. That same sales and service CRM data that we just saw in the CRM updates right back here in Marketing Cloud Personalization with no synchronization required. Now, let me show you really quick what that looks like when that real-time data gets activated. Here we are in Journey Builder. We're bringing in that Salesforce CRM data right here. And now, let's say there's an open service case for customers like Rachel. Well, now marketers can automatically send the most relevant help article. And thanks to journey remapping, marketers could react in the moment without having to worry about building custom code and wasting precious time and resources. And Prasanna, I don't think any other company can do this, right?
That's right. No one else can. Long distance fist bump. Sprinkles. All right. No one else can bring together sales, service, commerce, marketing the way Salesforce can, with data and AI. And that's across any channel. Email, SMS, WhatsApp, loyalty, in-store promotions. And that is how Marketing Cloud, powered by data, AI, and CRM, is helping you build campaigns in a whole new way. Back to you, Steve.
Prasanna and Cassandra, that was absolutely amazing. Really fun to see the innovation. And I hope you can see it and feel it too. I hope you're seeing in this the ability to be able to use our tools combined with AI that will help reduce the time spent to create campaigns and help you to be able to target these campaigns more effectively to the right individual at the right time and giving them the best possible experience. Now, I saw some really cool things in there that I absolutely love. I love the content creation personally. It's part of my background. But I also really loved the connection between marketing and service that we saw in there as well. That seamless view of the customer profile. When we think about marketing, it is not isolated. All of you know this. I would say that probably no one in this room would say that their job starts and stops purely with marketing. There are handoffs into the service organization, handoffs into merchandising teams, handoffs into sales organizations. The way that our marketing organizations work, it has to be seamless. And that's why that customer journey is so incredibly important. And we have a number of you in this room who are doing this amazingly. And one of the companies that is doing it exceptionally well is Williams-Sonoma Incorporated. We have an opportunity now to be able to hear more about their story. To do this, let's go ahead and roll the film to see more of what they're doing today.
In the world of home, dreaming about the dinner party, a gift that you give, a better recipe for the holidays, that's the stuff that gets people really excited. Chuck Williams was a true entrepreneur. He was inspired on a trip to France, brought back a dream, and he opened a small shop, bringing those French cooking tools to the United States.
He had a personal relationship with all of his customers. And almost 70 years later, we operate by that same ethos, putting the customer at the center of everything we do.
And so it's absolutely critical for us to be able to connect the dots from a marketing CRM perspective to effectively deliver that experience in the digital world with AI, with data, with the latest innovations.
The in-house work which we do is indeed a bedrock for Williams-Sonoma's growth.
Our partnership with Salesforce allows us to integrate that innovation and deliver it at scale, securely, reliably, and really ultimately amplify the customer experiences we want to deliver.
People love their homes, and it's our job to inspire them, serving the right message to the right person at the right time.
And we have this amazing portfolio of brands that allows us to inspire our customer in every major event, even the small events of every day.
The insights we have from a customer's experience within the Pottery Barn Kids brand ultimately flows through later on into the teen brand. What you might be doing with West Elm is going to help inform how we engage with you with Pottery Barn. Ultimately, we see this as one customer. Being able to connect the dots and stitch this into one 360 view is at the heart of how we deliver our marketing experiences.
As our customer transitions through different life stages, our marketing transitions as well.
Marketing Cloud is really the engine that powers our email and our SMS programs and really helps build a lot of segmentation for our direct marketing.
So understanding what a customer is browsing, purchasing offline, purchasing online, leveraging all of our data to really understand and inspire our customers through different life stage journeys.
Being able to have this single source of truth is just an absolutely critical enabler across all of our different marketing channels.
The better we can personalize our communication to you, the better we serve you. And what I'm thrilled about with Salesforce is that they're helping us do that so much better than we've ever been able to do.
Salesforce has come to the table with a lot of care and focus on the customer experience. We trust them for their scale, agility, and for their performance. It's about building a world of possibilities for our customers, and that's what excites me every day.
Let's give it up for Williams-Sonoma Incorporated. All right, if we can point the cameras here for just a second. This is the crew here that's joined us today. We see some familiar faces. Thank you so much for being with us. Thank you for being partners, and thank you for being Trailblazers. Really appreciate you. Now, to help us tell the story, yes, thank you. To help us tell more of this story and to show off some of the innovations that go along with this as well, please welcome Ruth Hartman to tell us the story. Ruth.
Thank you so much, Steve. And it truly is wonderful to be here today. We all have different needs at different life stages. From designing the perfect living room in your first home to shopping for the nursery for your first child. With 9 brands and millions of customers, Williams-Sonoma turned to Salesforce to personalize every customer moment at scale. Let's look at the demo. To help me out, please give it up to our awesome demo driver, Ruth. And if you are paying attention, yes, we have 2 Ruths on stage here together. All right. The first part of our demo is going to focus on how Williams-Sonoma is creating personalized customer relationships with Marketing Cloud today. Let's look at this through the lens of just one of their customers. Meet Santi. Santi discovered his love for the Williams-Sonoma brands several years ago, and he has been a loyal customer since. When Santi was expecting his first baby, he turned to Instagram for help designing a nursery. He comes across this design by Pottery Barn Kids for one of the lifestyle influencers that he follows. He's intrigued and clicks through and discovers tons of great products like this crib. But before purchasing, he'd like to make sure that this crib would actually fit in his baby's room. So he downloads the Potty Barn Kids mobile app, and from within the app, he can visualize this crib in his baby's room at home. And the crib fits perfectly. So he makes the purchase. All right, let's fast forward a few years. Santi's baby is no longer a baby. She's this cute toddler. With life stage marketing, Williams-Sonoma knows that his needs have evolved. And with fall approaching, he's delighted when he receives this text message with cute toddler Halloween costumes. He clicks through and discovers lots of great options. His daughter will love this superhero's costume. So he makes the purchase. The next day, he receives a notification that his order is already on the way. All right, great. Santi's family continued to grow. So as his family grew, it was time for them to move into a new home with more space. This time, he turned to West Elm to help him design his new living room. The West Elm design crew showed up in his home, and they used a 3D room planner to design his new living room with Santi together. Now, because Marketing Cloud can combine offline data, like this design appointment, with online data, Santi now gets entered into a new journey, the new Movers with Kids journey. That journey kicks off, and he receives a personalized follow-up email from West Elm with kid-friendly living room ideas. And that durable sofa is exactly what he needed. So he makes the purchase and finishes designing his living room. These were just a few examples of how Williams-Sonoma is using Marketing Cloud today to create personalized customer relationships. Now, let's rewind and look at this from the marketer's perspective. This time, I'm going to showcase how the latest Salesforce innovations in generative AI could completely reimagine the marketer's experience. So this is the visionary part, how Williams-Sonoma can start leveraging these latest technologies. OK, let's start here. This is the unified profile in Data Cloud. It brings together all of Williams-Sonoma's data to create one unified 360 view of who each of their customers are. Let's look at Santi's profile, the customer you just met in the first part of this demo. This is a snapshot of the point in time when Santi purchased that Halloween costume and was looking for design inspiration for his new living room. Now, this profile is dynamic, so it changes over time. So after Santi purchased that new couch for his living room, you can see that his customer affinities are now updated, and his recommended next best category is now for coffee tables to go along with his new couch. But how does all of this data come together? Like many of you, Williams-Sonoma's data lives all over the place, both inside and outside of Salesforce. That is why Salesforce is committed to making Data Cloud open and extensible. With the ability to bring in your own lake, Williams-Sonoma is streaming in data from Snowflake. And in the future, they'll have the ability to read data directly from Snowflake without the need to move or copy any of their data. That's not the only bring your own. With the advancements in AI, marketers use predictive AI models to predict things like category propensity. So how likely it is that Santi is going to purchase a couch, for example. These AI models can also be brought into Data Cloud from SageMaker, Google Vertex, and in the near future, Databricks. Again, without the need to move or duplicate any of your data. All right, great. We brought in our data. We brought in our AI model. Now let's look at how Williams-Sonoma can use generative AI to quickly create segments like the one Santi ended up in as part of the new Movers with Kids journey. All the marketer needs to do is describe who they want in the segment in their own words in here. Einstein takes that and automatically translates it into the appropriate segment attributes. And with the Einstein trust layer, your data is always safe and secure. And just like that, the segment is generated. With the marketer always in the loop, you can now review and revise the segment as you see fit. So in this case, let's actually go ahead and regenerate the segment. We're going to add in a high category propensity for living room furniture from the AI model we just brought into Data Cloud. OK, great. And just like that, the segment is already regenerated. And we can now take this segment and activate it to Marketing Cloud engagement to send a personalized email like the one Santi received from West Elm. All right, so let's actually now go ahead and switch over to Journey Builder and look at how that email was generated. Williams-Sonoma is also exploring how to use generative AI to quickly personalize emails at scale. So for subject line generation, perfect, right in here. For subject line generation, the marketer simply enters the key message in here. And because Williams-Sonoma has 9 different brands, it's absolutely important that they maintain brand identity and the right tone of voice across each of these brands to generate the appropriate subject lines. So we're also going to add a prompt for the brand personality in here. And again, with just one click, we're generating subject lines like the one that inspired Santi to open that West Elm email. The marketer, again, is always in the loop, so they can now select their favorite or revise any of these subject lines as they see fit. Great. We have a segment. We have content. The last step is to send the message. So let's go back to Journey Builder. Here, Einstein ensures that the message gets sent at the right time. And the marketer can activate across different channels, email, SMS, WhatsApp, and more, to meet customers where they're already at. Generative AI is a game changer. It can help you save time and make you better at your job while always staying in the driver's seat. And this is how Williams-Sonoma is growing loyal customer relationships and personalizing every moment at scale. Thank you so much. Back to you, Steve.
Thank you to both of our Ruths. Thank you to Williams-Sonoma for being part of that story as well. Really appreciate everything you've done for us. And thank you to you. I hope you're seeing, again, the incredible innovation here that's going to help you in your jobs and really make your teams and your business more efficient, and will also be able to help you reach your customers in a more exciting way. Now, all of this requires the ability for us to be able to go out and actually put it in place. And this is where all of you come into play as trailblazers. The ability to be able to take this information and use it effectively. And today we've got an opportunity to learn more about how Trailblazers can do this. And we have a wonderful member of a Trailblazer community here with us today. I think you can imagine that stepping up here in front of everybody can be a little bit intimidating. So I'd like to ask you to please give this person a nice, warm welcome. And please, let's do that for Tasha Rucker. Please go ahead, Tasha. Tasha, thank you for joining us here today. I know you've come in from Atlanta.
I have.
And Tasha, you are the principal consultant and founder of your company. Is this right?
That's correct.
Wonderful. And can you tell us a little bit more about your journey? How did you get into this in the first place?
Yeah, so I was an accidental admin. I came into this space following a 20-plus year career in higher education. I had no technical background whatsoever. I went to the Atlanta World Tour and met some pretty cool people from the community, and they shared with me how I could get started on my journey, and then from there, it took off. And I'm happy to be providing that same kind of support for people who are new to the community, who would like help with getting started on their journey as being trailblazers.
So you teach and help others through this process as well?
Absolutely.
Wonderful. And how long have you been doing this?
I've been doing it for 5 years.
5 years after 20 years in working in academics.
That's right.
That's amazing, and such a great path for you. There are a lot of people in this room who are doing similar things, but want to maybe get to that next level. What advice would you have either for people who are getting started in it or who maybe want to go to the next level?
Absolutely. Do not be afraid of the process. Start with Trailhead, trailhead.salesforce.com. I tell everybody about it if they're wanting to learn more about Salesforce. Give yourself patience as well. You're learning a new skill set. I remember sometimes feeling a little bit frustrated that I wasn't absorbing the content, all of the information as I should. But be patient, it'll catch on. So start your journey on Trailhead and continue to learn new skills. And that's even for people that are currently in the ecosystem. There's new technology that we've been learning about here at Dreamforce, and we've got work to do when we get back. We should start hitting the trail and also learning about this new technology.
Wonderful, thank you. Last night, I was actually at a local store, and I was talking to a gentleman, and he learned that I was here at this conference, and he asked me, what can I do to get to the next level? How can I do that? And I was thinking of you the whole time. He's 28 years old, and he may actually be listening. He said he would. He said he'd stream in. How would you advise someone at that age, someone 28 years old, maybe working in a different industry, to get into technology and do this?
You know, I'm not going to mention how old I am, but I've got a little bit of experience, right? I feel like anyone can learn. Salesforce has provided a platform such as Trailhead so that you can learn quickly, and it's free. It's not something that costs you any money. I would also recommend to be plugged into your local community. The Trailblazer community is fantastic. When I was kind of concerned about moving into this space, I spoke with my mom about it, and she encouraged me to, Tasha, you know, you've never been afraid to learn something new. You've always been a lifetime learner. Just do it. And so I would share that same feedback. It could be a little scary at first, but I think it's something that you can definitely do it. Trust me, I had no technical background. I have a bachelor's degree in English. So, and also I have an MBA in marketing, so that kind of helps. Your skills are transferable. So use what you have, lean in on your strengths, and you know, you're certainly going to be successful in this environment, but lean into the Trailblazer community. I've just not drank the Kool-Aid, I promise. The folks here are amazing, and they helped me with my career as well.
That is such a great story. Thank you so much for that. One last question for you. We've been talking a lot about AI today. How do you plan to use AI, and how do you plan to learn more about, you know, putting it in place?
Yes, so again, I'm gonna hit the trail. This sounds almost like a Trailhead commercial. It's really, I'm not trying to make it that way, but there's some awesome resources on Trailblazer or on Trailhead. So I would say I'm gonna start there. I wanna use the tool to work smarter and not harder. There's a lot of, and we saw that today here in the keynote, that there's an opportunity for us to focus on, you know, other tasks in our work. I mean, we are all busy. So if there's a way that to leverage this technology to help us to be more efficient in our day-to-day work, then I would say, let's jump on and embrace it. The time is now. You know, this is a brand new technology, and we should embrace it.
Absolutely. Thank you so very much. And your community loves you. Oh. And there is one supporter who absolutely adores you. It's Gilda. You know Gilda pretty well, right? Of course. Gilda might have a little bit of a prize for you here. Gilda, let's give it up.
Thank you.
Can we hop in there? Oh, sorry.
That's okay.
All right. Well, thank you so much for being here with us, Tasha. Thank you for your story. Thank you, Brandy, as well. All right. For the rest of us, we've been talking for about 45 minutes here, and this has been so much fun to learn about the new technologies, to celebrate our Trailblazers, but also I'd like for us to remember a few key things. Let's look at 3 things we want you to remember as you walk out. First of all, develop your AI strategy. You can be the leader in your organization. You can get to the next level in your business if you put together a solid AI strategy and help lead your business forward. The second thing is make that simple. Start with something very basic. Use the tools that we've just announced and made available to you. Subject line creation, email body, segment creation, new content creation. You can find ways to put this in practice in your organization. And third, make sure you do it with context and ground the way you work with AI. These are the things we want you to remember to walk away with. Thank you so much for being here with us today. We have an incredible array of technologies. We also have the donut bar you can go over, and you can ask me anything at the donut bar. We're also on the way out. Please remember to take the survey. And when you use this QR code right here, you also have the chance to win one of the tumblers. And that will be shipped to you after the fact if you're one of the winners. But thank you so much for being here. We'll see you again soon. Thank you.